Hello student, today's our topic is form and event handling. This is our third unit. So let's start our new topic, form. So what is a form and how can we build that form? So form is a typical layout on the web page by which a user can interact with the web pages. So you already know about the form, how we use the form. We usually use a form of fill something like a admission form, your Facebook account form, or any Gmail ID form. Those are form which created by this using form function. So this form and event handling, this is form which interact with the web pages, which can use useful for the user to interact it simply way, or it's in this way you can create a new interaction with the different web pages. Okay, so there are some properties of the form. Those properties which provides the some content of the form, like it's provide the text box, text area, like checkbox. Let's provide the radio buttons for the selections of some properties. So we can provide some radio buttons, some checkbox. So those are some properties of the form. So form properties within the document, object, content, and array of all forms defined within the document. So we already know if we have to fill some form, we write our name, our last name, give a gender, then select our gender, it's a female or male. Then we use information like personal information like address or our phone number. So that type of when we fill those information, we use these properties like text area, checkbox, okay, buttons. So all these form content appear in a form tag, right? When you have to access those content, you have to create a form tag. Within a form tag, you can access those input types. Okay, so use of form, those are some uses of form. The form are used to collect the information from user and student for online registration. Like I said, we can fill the form like our admissions form, like our bank form or registry form. So we can use this form. Form are used for online survey. Form are used for conducting online exams, for getting a feedback, and so on. The form information present in the form is submitted to server for the further process. Like today's, we can already know about these forms because we already fill those forms in our any application we have to access. First of all, we have to give our personal information for access or for to create the account. Any account we have to create, we fill those documents. So for that one, we use this form. Okay, there are some properties and method of form. So common properties which use in these forms: action, method, name, and target are the attributes. So how can we use, or what are the use of those attributes? For using the action, we specify URL where the form should be used. Okay, so here we mention our URL. Second properties or second attribute is method. For method, we know already guest and post method in HTTP. So using those method, we can get the request from the specified resources for using the get method. Okay, so get is a default, and from data to URL is name or value pair, right? And then second one, and mostly get is the most commonly used HTTP method. So there are some informations about get method. Get request can be caches and get request remain in a browser history. Okay. Get can request can be bookmark. Some information can be bookmark using get method. Right. Get can request a length restriction. That means get this get method can be restricted your URL. Not URL, in your data. It can restrict your length about that information. Okay, then so get can be also request for only used to request data. It means you can modify that data, right? That type we can use this get method. And when we use want to post method, you want if you want use post method, so we can use it in post of what are the use of the post method. Post are used to send data to server or to create or upload these resources, right? So post method is also useful for the data sent to server using post method. There are also some features of the post method. So post can request never, it cannot access, never catches. Then second thing is a post request cannot be bookmarked. uh, Post requests do not remain in the browser history. Then get method, what is get method? Get method can be stored, and post method it not going to, it not bookmarked, right? There is no restriction of the post method, and get method have a restriction, like if you want to get some information, then there is some restrictions for that. So you can you that their time, in that time get method, correct? So next one is our name. Name is using name at, it's using a name, you can use the name of that attribute. Then target, next properties, next attribute is the target. It specifies the target of the address, the action attribute. The target value can be as a follows. When those attributes within the target, we can use blank, space, parent, top, frame name. So what was the use of a blank? It's used for the open a new window, self, same frame as a click, second parent, open parent frame set, sorry, then top, open the fill body of the window frame, it's give the name of the frame. Okay, so this is a small example. You can see form can be written, or we can say this is a syntax how we create the form, form name, my form, this is my form name. Then action, this action actually it's right, we write here our file name, or I can, we can say we give there some information about our URL or file, like my server page.php, this is your file name, correct? Then we set the method which is a get, and we targeted blank the new window. So okay, next move, our next topic is text. So we already know what is the parameters of form. We can use, there are some attributes like text, text area, radio button. So using the text, we can give a text box for writing, for write something on that text box. So text is typically required to place one line text. For example, if you want to enter some name, it is always preferred to have text field. Okay, so as I told you, we can write some your, if you want to write your name, your last name, you want to give some information, so we put here there some text box for writing. So use that one, this text parameter we use, and there are some attributes for text: input type, size, name, value. Okay, what is the input type? Input type is the text, and the value of the text field is, that means it, the blank text field is dynamically initially. Okay, it, that means your text size, it depends on that what size you give, what text type. Okay, that field is a blank, I mean your text box is always blank. So dynamically it's going to be blank. When you put some information and click some button, then your input type, which are text, which is blank, it's dynamically changed. Okay, it clear all the informations. Like we can enter the text of our choice, and there is a size parameter which allows us to enter some size of text field. This 30, it means your text size. Okay, then username, we put here name, the username. Okay, we give some name of that user, it's a username, and value we give, there is no value we assign here, right? So there are other some parameters: max length, name, align. So max length, it's allow us to enter the text of some maximum length. Then name indicates the name of this field, right? It means this is your first name, so that text area it's allocated for the first name. Second one, if you want to access, sorry, if you want to write your last name, that means those area is allocated for your last name. For your understanding, we indicate that name to our understanding, what this text for. Okay, so for example, this. So look at here, this is example text demo.html. We always save our file using html extension. So our example name is text demo.html. Now we use html tag, open html tag, then head, then title name is my page, it's simple. Then we actually give our form tag in body, not outside of the body, inside of the body. We always create the form tag inside the body. Simple thing, correct? Then we give form tag, then we declare a b tag bold, then input string. If you want to change this name, we can change it. Input string for the accessing some information, we give our text name some statement input string, then we break those input string with the br tag, and then we give our text, actual text code. This is your actual text code, right? So input type equal to text, size equal to 50, value is nothing, correct? So there is no value then mentioned because we have to access those value, correct? Then form body, and we close that tag. So let's run this program. We will see what we got. Look here. So this is our program. Doc type we mention, then we declare head, then our page name, title, then we this form tag, we mention here our form tag, we write it, then we give input string, then all other input type text, size 50 25, then value is a blank. Then let's save that program, file, save. Okay, let's run that program. Okay, see, this is our input string, then we write it some here. Okay, let's write some name first of all, also college. This is some string, we write some string, correct? This is for text area, this is your text area, and when we break that code, this means when we break this code here, got it break now, because we declare here some information, then we put our text here and we break it, correct? This using br tag. If we want to in same line, we have to just delete this code. Okay, then now let's check what's going. Okay, first of all, then let's check this one, refresh. See, you can see the changes, input string, and it's come again in one line, correct? So this is the changes. If you I write, there is something written. Okay, when we refresh this page, it's blank. Okay, if I want to change my text size, then I will give here 45. Let's see what happened. Refresh. You can see this size of the text is large, correct? Because here I change the value of size. If I put here only 10 or 15, file, save, and then we run this program again, refresh page, you can see here is suddenly change the size of this text area, correct? So within this text, you can using this text function or this text input type, we create our form for submit any information. So in next lecture we will see text area. Thank you.